How's it? Today is Saturday, November 19th. I look weird, don't I? Um, I mentioned this, I think, a couple of videos. I mean, this is the reason I'm home, is I am going to be a part of one of my best friend's wedding parties. So, um, I didn't want my little scraggly ass facial hair to be immortalized in pictures for all of eternity. So I ended up shaving the bride. She said she didn't care if I shaved or not. She just needed it to be groomed. That's the word she used. Groomed. And I didn't know how to groom it um, to make it look okay without making it look like I made a mistake when I'm like quote unquote grooming. Um, anyway, I am deadlifting today, going to 165 ish, right? Because I can't actually go to 165 because I'm lifting in pounds today, just like yesterday. So I am, or at least I did 160 last week. That shit was hard. That shit did not look good. It did not move well. I was still able to do all three of them, so I figured, whatever. It looked bad at 155, so if it looks bad at 160, like, what? Why not increase? I mean, that's not a great way to think about it, but that's what I'm doing. So at 165 is like about 363 pounds. And obviously, there's no way to load that in pounds, so I ended up going to 365. Um, and again, I'm trying this thing for today. I guess I started it last week, where I do some amount of like conventional deadlifting, conventional pulls, or clean pulls, if you will. They're probably closer to clean pulls than conventional deadlifts. As a warm up for my hip, because when I wedge my body into that with my like left leg out a little bit, my hip does not feel good. So I I did need to do everything I can to warm up and make sure that everything is okay. Here's my first set at 365. First rep doesn't look as bad. Well, first rep and second rep actually don't look um, too different. So they are basically, it's an indication that I'm not getting as tired or as fatigued as I could be or as I have in the past. Or maybe that's an indication that just my first rep was just absolute trash, which could also be the case. Um, None of these look good. None of these feel good. They're all very difficult. But when I think about like the grand scheme of things, about like why I'm doing what I'm doing, the Saturdays are a strength day, and I've never claimed myself as somebody who is strong, especially like in my weight class, like 73 lifters, like 160 pounds ish. There's a ton of people who are much stronger than I am. But I somehow am able to get by because I'm able to be more efficient with my lifts. And so, like, being able to increase linearly, like I have been for the last couple of weeks, 5 kilos every week, and still be able to move the weight, like, obviously it doesn't look great, it doesn't feel great, but I said the same thing about this last week. So, something is working where I'm able to do it. And gaining the strength itself is one thing, but also gaining the confidence might honestly be more important for me as a lifter because there are certain things that I pick up the weight and I'm like, this shouldn't be heavy, but it is heavy because I'm just not as strong as I am, or as strong as I need to be, or as strong as I once was. So it's all about the like perspective shift that I'm trying to rationalize where I am, in my lifting career. After that, I moved into my overhead press. Similar reasoning as last week, of course, just press something heavier than I did during the week. And because I did that one weird day on Wednesday in the morning where I pressed a set of four, I just do one set of two at 70 ish, so at 155, which is what I've been doing for the last many weeks. And then, like, when you think about what it is that I'm accomplishing by keeping the weight the same, So I do the same weight on the bench press here as well, and then similar weight on the um, Chinese row. Because if I increase the weight on my sumo deadlifts, but keep everything else the same, I am making progress by virtue of me lifting more on the deadlift. If I start to make progress on the deadlift and then regress in my other accessory movements, then something is not there's some sort of trade-off there, right? So I like to think about the small wins like this. I think they're important for longevity and training. I guess consistency. And the similar thing, back extensions for 3 sets of 15. I honestly cannot tell you how long I've been doing this. Probably like 4 years, right? That's just like the standard that I've been doing. That's the standard I always do. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, that's it for today. Uh, thank you for watching. Shoots. Also, take a look at how weird I look. Okay.